a different background going on behind me. If you saw my most recent TEMU video, you'll already know where I am. But if you didn't, I am in Traverse City, Michigan for a couple days with my husband. He has a conference he goes to every year for work for a few days, and I come along with him because the hotel's already paid for, and so I stay in the room during the day and just hang out and do whatever I want to while he's at his sessions. And then in the evening, we go out and we go out to eat or explore around or whatever we want to do. So I thought it would be fun to be able to sit here where you can hopefully see some of the beautiful fall colors behind me. It's absolutely gorgeous here this time of year. Today is actually October 22nd or no, 23rd. Today's October 23rd. And so I hope that you will just enjoy a different background. And the whole reason I decided to do this video, well, there's a couple different reasons. First of all, if you're brand new to this channel, you're just happening to see this video for whatever reason, hello, my name's Danielle. I am 46 years old. Wow, I didn't want to say that, I guess. No, I'm perfectly happy being the age I am. I've been married to my husband, Brian, we celebrated our 25-year wedding anniversary in June, and we have 3 adult boys. Gavin's 25, Riley is 22, and Asher will actually be 19 on the 26th. So, awesome. I love being a mom. It has been my greatest joy of life. And I've got some really fun news to share with you guys. Some things I've already put out there but for those of you who didn't see it, you can learn a lot more about me if you follow my Instagram, which I'm not like crazy active on or anything like that. But if you want to check it out, I'll put it up on the screen. It is always also down in my description box. And along with that is my email address, in case you ever want to reach out to me. But my Instagram, you can see more like my daily life, or not necessarily daily life, but just things that I do and my family and stuff like that. So that's a way to get to know me better if you would like to that way. But so many of you I have just created such awesome relationships with throughout the years, and I'm so thankful for that, you guys. You have no idea. I have really created some really good friendships on here, and we may never get to meet each other, but there's still just such a connection, and having people all around the country, even all around the world. I've got some great friends from other parts of the world that you can just share life with and be able to talk through things, be excited about stuff together, or mourn with each other when things are hard or sad, be encouragement to one another. It's just such a cool thing. And that is the one thing I will say, truthfully, if social media could be gone tomorrow, I'd be so happy. I really would. And I would love to know you guys. I hope throughout this video, as I do this, you guys will chat with me down in the comments and let me know how you feel about some of the different things I'm talking about, because I really wanted to make this video to kind of just update you on some things that are going on in my life, but also just talk about some things that I've really been thinking a lot about, and that are just important to me, and I'd love to know what you guys think as well. But the reality is, social media is amazing for making connections like I have been able to with some of you, and hopefully new people that are watching. I'd love to be able to make some connections with you as well. So there is beauty in that. But overall, I feel like for the most part, social media has created, it's a fact. They know that this is happening. Just there is actually a weird disconnect because of people just being so present online and not being present in actual, physical, seeing people relationships. And I don't mean physical, do you know what I mean? In-person relationships, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And it makes me sad because I feel like in some ways for people, I am definitely an introvert, but once I get to know people, I'm very much like an extrovert. I don't know how to explain it. The reality is I really have no interest in, it's not exciting to me, the thought of going places and meeting new people. I'm like, no, thank you, I'm good. And that sounds terrible, but it's just really how I feel. It makes me very anxious. But once I do meet people and make friends, I am all in, I'm my goofy self, I am whatever. I am fiercely loyal to the people I care about, and I have a lot of fun. But it's hard for me I don't intentionally go out to make friends and meet people. So I would say that's one of the things I feel while it's great that people who maybe are like me and more introverted have this opportunity through platforms, social media platforms, have the opportunity to meet new people. I also think there's a not so great aspect of it, because I feel like then people are like, okay, well, that's good. I have these connections and that's really all I need. And that's just not true. Like, we need to actually be in community together. We need to get together with other people and laugh together and cry together and just celebrate things and enjoy life, enjoy the everyday, you know, even the things that maybe seem a little monotonous. Like, we need to be together. We need community. We were created for that. And so I feel like a lot of times social media kind of takes that away because people look at it as a substitute, especially if you are more of an introverted person and it makes you nervous to think about meeting people, you know, in real life. So I highly encourage you, if you are someone who is like that, to get involved in something. There are things everywhere. There are so many different kinds of group type things. There's, you know, libraries have different book clubs. If you're somebody who enjoys reading, get involved in a book club. You don't have to go in there thinking, I'm going to start talking to people as soon as I get there. Just go and start getting yourself into different places where you are in community with other people. And it's just so important. And I think our world is lacking a lot of that. And I think that contributes a lot to a lack of really being able to be empathetic in a lot of ways, and also just to see people really as people. Like, we all want the same thing. We all want to be loved. We all want to know we're valued and cared for. And it's hard to do that just through a screen. And so I feel like getting into community with other people is so incredibly important. And I will tell you also, I'll be fully transparent, that I am a homebody. I like to just be at home. And so for me, I sort of have to, over the years, have had to force myself to get out of the house and be involved in things. And it has been the greatest blessing to me to be able to meet people. And I will say too, for me, it's all about being where, well, I'll put it this way. Okay, so my main places that I go, besides going to like my niece's sporting or dance or whatever type of, you know, musicals and things like that, that my family are involved in. Those are things I get out and do, but basically I'm talking to my family when I'm at them. So as far as like getting out where I'm actually talking to and seeing other people, we have a Bible study at my church, a women's Bible study that's on Tuesday mornings. And I started going to it years ago. And then I started working, or I went back to work. And so I couldn't go for several years. And then a few years ago, I was able to start going back again. And it has been the absolute best thing. I didn't realize how much I missed it and how much I really need it. And my friends that I have are just so incredible. And it's more than just that we get together every Tuesday, you know, for several months of the year and have Bible study and then talk a little. It's so much more than that. We get together outside of Bible study. We text each other, hey, I have this going on, will you please pray? Or this is going on, like, I'm so excited, and we celebrate together. Things like that, that are just the absolute best, to have those actual people in your life that you do see every day, not every day, that you do actually see, and have that actual real deep connection with, that you can't have just through screen, you know, or even talking on the phone or whatever. Like I said, there's value in it, don't get me wrong, but to have friends that you actually physically meet with is so important. And in saying that, a huge thing that I encourage you on is to have friends who aren't afraid to hurt your feelings. And what I mean by that is they aren't afraid to be truthful with you. They're not just yes people in your life, that everything you do is great and yup, oh, don't worry about that or whatever. That's not a true friend. We need people in our lives who, when we are way off base about something, or they see us kind of going off track somewhere, they're not afraid to tell us. They value us so much that they're willing to have us be upset with them for a little bit, or even forever if that ends up being what the case is. But it's usually not going to be, because you know they're your friends and you know they're doing things because they love you. But they're willing to say the hard things because they know that you're worth it. And so I feel like that's another thing with social media. It's very easy to be harsh to people in ways that are not helpful because you're not face to face with people. So it's very easy to be like, you know, whatever. And sometimes about the dumbest things, about the way people dress or do their makeup or whatever. Like, seriously, people, get a grip. If you feel like you need to criticize people's style and their looks or whatever, like, you got the problem, not them. But I'm talking about things where, like, actual things that people see you in your life doing that they know are not what's best for you. And they're willing to tell you that. And I always say, my best friend, Anne, she actually is a pastor, and she actually teaches the Bible study that I go to on Tuesdays. She is someone in my life who calls out my crazy. If I am being a little off about something and letting my emotions, because I am someone who has to be very careful not to let my emotions control everything, she is there to be like, hey, like, this, you need to, like, think about this for a minute and maybe remove yourself from this emotional aspect of it and really look at the situation. Or she's so good at that. And there have been times where I've been like my initial reaction is to feel a little bit hurt maybe or something like that. But because I know she truly loves me and wants to see me do well, wants to see what's best, you know, me have in my life what's best for me, she's not afraid to have those hard conversations with me. And so I am so thankful for friends like that. And I highly encourage you, everyone can have friends like that. You just have to get yourself out there and, you know, meet people like that. So get yourself involved in something where, you know, you enjoy whatever it is that you're doing. Like I said, a book club or something like that. And you can meet other people and create friendships like that. And so a big part of why I'm saying that is because I have some very exciting news. I know several of you have probably already seen it. If you do, check out my Instagram at all, or you may have seen it on my community tab. But I am going to be a grandma. My oldest son, Gavin, and his wife are expecting a baby. Her due date is March 9th. And to say I am excited is like the biggest understatement ever. When I said being a mom has been the biggest joy of my life, I mean that with everything in me. There is nothing in this life I have enjoyed more than raising my kids. Was I a perfect mom? Am I now? Absolutely not. No one is. Don't beat yourself up about things. I have had to really tell myself, because I went through a period of my life where I had a serious alcohol problem. I was not a great mom. I have had to forgive myself for those things. I've asked God for forgiveness for those things because that's not me anymore. That's who I was. That's not who I am now. And I can't go back. All I can do now is be the best mom I can be. And my kids know without a doubt that they are just so incredibly loved and treasured. And the thought that I am going to have a grandchild to be able to love on like that is just like, oh, the ultimate. Like, I cannot wait to hold that baby. I cannot wait to see its little face that's part of my son and his beautiful wife. And like my husband said, this baby is part of us. Like, that's just the coolest thing ever. And so we are so thrilled to be becoming grandparents. And how that ties in for me, what I was saying about friends, is my friends have cried with me with excitement about the fact that I'm going to be a grandma. Like, that is how close our friendship is, that like we are just so thrilled for each other. And most of them have already become grandparents, because most of my really good friends are about 10 years older than me. And but a lot of them are just recently becoming grandparents. And so we're kind of, several of us, coming into this journey together, and we are so incredibly thrilled for each other. Like, the excitement of being able to be that excited for somebody else is like, it's such a blessing, you guys. And so I am just beyond thrilled. I actually have it sitting over here, but I started a journal when we found out that this grandbaby is coming. I cannot believe. So my son and his wife found out on the 4th of July that they were pregnant. She's pregnant, whatever. And on July 5th, we had a big family party at my husband's parents' house. Never said a word. I mean, I don't know how they did that, because they just found out the day before. They actually waited until August 12th. They came to our house and brought dinner over and brought this box, and my daughter-in-law. She is the most beautiful, sweet, she is so amazing. I could not ask for, like, the fact that she is my daughter-in-law, just, I am so blessed. And she brought this box over and said, oh, I brought dessert too. Well, in the box was this adorable little, like, sleeper and booties and the ultrasound picture. And I lost it, like, because I'm just so excited. And she was so excited that I was so excited. Of course, my son is, but he's one of those, he's a pretty even keel, like, emotional, as far as emotions go, kind of guy. But he's like, I could tell he was super excited that we were so excited, but he's not going to cry with me, you know. And it was just the best day ever. So I went and bought this journal a couple days later and started writing in it. And I'm writing to my future grandchild, different things about our family, different things that are happening, stuff that's going on as, like, my son and his wife are finding out, you know, like when they heard the heartbeat for the first time, kind of just documenting this journey, and prayers for this baby. And I'm just so beyond thrilled. So that has been the big major excitement that's been going on with me lately. And I am so excited to be able to share it with you guys, because I want to be able to be transparent always about who I am, what's important to me. I mean, most of the videos you see are product reviews or me showing different clothes, and, you know, it used to be a lot of makeup stuff. Yes, those are things I enjoy, but that's not me. That's not the core of who I am. That's not what is ultimately important to me. And so I'm like, this channel is my channel. Like, I mean, I started this channel. If I decide to stop it today, then I do, you know, and that's fine. But I want it to be more than just me showing different stuff. Like, I want it to be about what's truly important, and I want it to make some kind of impact in some sort of way on someone. I mean, I may never know it, but it's just, I need more. Do you know what I mean? Like, I need this to be more than that for me. I need it to be more than clothes and makeup and shoes and whatever. And so my biggest thing was, during our Bible study, this series that we just had, it helped me kind of rethink some different things and what I prioritize and things like that, and realizing, like, we have so much, we all have different gifts to give. And being generous doesn't just mean with money. It also means with your time and just availability, being available when people need you or when you feel like God is calling you to do something. And I realized that a lot of the things I was doing are making it like, I'm like, oh, but I'm busy doing this. And I'm not a busy person. I don't work outside the house. I hardly leave the house. I leave like 2 days a week. Besides, lately we've been all over the place, but that's been like, it's all been fun things. It hasn't been like, I don't have like these crazy obligations or things like that take up my time. So I was doing that to myself about things, and it made me really realize, like, I am not making myself available for when someone might need me. And one of the biggest things that was sucking my time is YouTube. And I realized, like, it's okay to have started watching someone's channel and been really into what they were doing and whatever. But then, you know, we all change. We all have different things that happen or whatever that, you know, your interests change or whatever it might be. And I'm like, I have all these people that I'm following and I feel like I have to watch their videos. They don't watch mine. If I just stopped watching, are they going to cease? Is their channel going to cease to exist because I stopped watching it? No. Like, I put these weird things on myself, like I'm responsible for things that I'm not. And that would be one of them. And so the one day, what we had gone over at Bible study, it just really made me stop and think, okay, wait a minute. What am I doing? I literally went home that day and I sat, because every day my, notifications and YouTube would be so horrendously long that I'm like, okay, I cannot sit and watch this stuff. Even if I'm watching it on 2 times speed, I cannot watch everything. And then I'm like, and I don't even want to. Why am I doing this? Like, I don't want someone to watch me if they don't want to. Like, you aren't obligated to watch me. If you don't enjoy my content, if you don't enjoy my personality, there's nothing that says you have to watch me? And I would never want somebody to feel like they're obligated because they've, you know, commented on my videos in the past or something. Like I'm gonna look and go, well, where are they? Why aren't they watching my video? I would never do that. I greatly value that anyone takes their time to watch my videos and comment and like have conversations with me, but I would never judge somebody or be angry with somebody if that stopped happening for whatever reason. And so I'm like, I would give that grace to other people, so why don't I give that grace to myself about stuff? I don't even know if that's giving grace, because it's just that it's so not important. You know what I'm saying? So I went through and I just turned off notifications for so many different things. For one thing, I watched a ton of true crime, and I'm like, my mind is just constantly filled with this, and that's not what I want. I mean, I still enjoy true crime, don't get me wrong, I still watch some of that stuff, but that's not what I need to have my mind completely filled with. And so I went through and I shut off so many, you know, different notifications for different things, and I made it so much, my list is so small. When I go look on there, there's maybe 1 or 2 things in a day that is new, and I'm like, oh, thank goodness. Like, it was too much. And for what? Like, can I tell you how clean my house has been? I'm not even joking. Like, my house was a mess a lot of the time. My house has been so clean. I have been getting projects done and feeling so good about it. And I'm like, oh, somebody comes over, my house looks good. Like, I don't have to be embarrassed. I'm like, what in the world was I doing? So that was something that I made a major change in and put my focus where it needs to be. And that's on, I'm gonna say it right now, it might make some people not want to be here anymore, and that's okay. And that's another thing, that's okay. My focus is God and people. That's it, Jesus and people. That's where my focus needs to be. Because when I make those 2 things my priorities, Jesus first, absolutely. When Jesus is first, people very quickly are right there second. The difference it makes in every aspect of my life is incredible. Now, I've been a Christian now for several years. I believe it's been about 16 or 17 years. And 17. And I will never go back to the life I had before. I can't. I could never go back to the life I had before. I would never want it. I would never. And I think that's my big thing here. This is why I wanted to do this video, because that is who I am. I am first and foremost a Christian. There's a lot of people who call themselves Christians. Being a Christian is being a follower of Christ. I want to live like he did. I want to love like he did. I want to bring hope and joy to people. I want to bring encouragement to people. And I want to bring truth and love to people. And that is my first and foremost goal of anything that I want to do in my life. Love God and love people. That simple. That's all I need. And my friend Mary, who goes to a Bible study, she talked about that. That is her. She said, that is what I live by. Love God and love people. It's as simple as that. And she's right. It is that simple. And so that is who I am. And I just want to be an encouragement and be a light to people. I want to be loved to people. I don't want to just be this girl on the internet. This girl, listen to me, I'm 46 years old. Does anybody call me a girl? I call myself a girl. I'll never stop calling myself a girl. I'm not calling myself a lady or a woman. I don't know why, but I'm a girl, okay? And this is my personality. And I just want to be someone who brings that light, because this world is very dark in a lot of ways. And I don't ever want to contribute to it. I don't ever want to. We all have passions and dreams and things we enjoy, and that's awesome. God created us to be that way. But those things should never be first. And I don't ever want anyone to think that that's all I am. It's just this girl who doesn't work, this woman who doesn't work, stays home and just dresses up all the time and puts it on the internet like some ditz. Like, that's not who I am. And so that's why I just wanted to share a little bit with what I was feeling and just some things that are going on in my life. Knowing I have this grandbaby coming, this is another generation of my family, I want nothing more than to focus on loving my family, creating a life and an environment where this grandchild is going to know how valued and loved and just how special they are, and for them to know Christ, because aside from him, this is all just fluff. I look at people who seem to have no hope, who are so sad about things, and that was me. I used to be very depressed. I was very negative. I was critical of other people. I was just miserable. Honestly, I was probably miserable to be around. Nobody really has told me that, but I would imagine I would have had to have been. I just know that there's so much more. And when I see people seeming so hopeless, and I know that hope is there, how can I not share that? If I truly love people, how can I not share with them who Jesus is and what he has done and the life that you can have in him? Doesn't mean things are going to be easy. Doesn't mean you aren't going to face heartache and hardship. Heck no. I can feel my passion growing. Literally in the Bible, my favorite verse is John 16:33. And it says, I tell you these things, and this is Jesus talking, I tell you these things so in me you will have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world. So we know we are going to have trouble. We are going to go through hard things. That's part of life here on earth. But take heart. He has overcome this world. And there is so much more for us. And that hope that gives, that peace that gives me, I want to share that with other people, because we live in a world of so much turmoil, of so much anger, of so much hate. And there is so much beauty. There is so much love. There is so much hope. You just have to be looking in the right place. So I just wanted to share that with you guys today. That has been on my heart. And I'm like, this is a place. I did not bring my laptop with me on this trip. I was like, I am going to read. I am going to spend time writing in this journal to my grandbaby. I am just going to spend this time just not being distracted by internet and all that kind of stuff. And I want to do something useful with my time. And so I feel like this is useful because I'm sharing with you who I am, what I'm passionate about, and that you are loved beyond what you could even imagine by the one who created you. Because yes, you were created, and you were created with the utmost detail and just beauty and love. And if you could only see that in yourself, it's not about you, it's about him. But when you realize how loved you are, you can love others so much better. And so I just hope that this touches someone. Like I said, some people might not like this. Some people might even decide not to follow my channel anymore. That's okay. That's not why I'm here. I'm not here to win a popularity contest. I'm not here to make millions of dollars by having a YouTube channel. I have this platform available to me, and I feel like if I'm not using it to glorify God, then what is the point of me having it? So that is what this is all about. And I look so forward to hearing you guys' comments down below. And I just thank you so much for listening and for being here. And there's lots of fun, frivolous stuff coming up. Lots of, thrifting stuff and more product reviews. So if that's your thing, like, it's coming. But I wanted to share who I really am. That's stuff I enjoy, but that's not who I am. And okay, popping in real quick to say, if you are interested in that Bible study that I talked about, I will link down the description box for you to it. And if you decide to watch any of them or start joining the, she does it live, like they do it every week. So you get to see like a couple hours or an hour or something like after the actual Bible study, it goes online. And so if you start watching it and you want to chat about it on Tuesdays or Wednesdays or whatever, any day of the week, if you watch and want to talk to me about it, I would love to be able to, just talk to you guys and do Bible study together. All right. So thank you guys so much for watching and for being here. And I appreciate you. You are loved. And I will talk to you again very soon. Bye.